Congresswoman, it's so great to see you. You know, I want to put what you posted on social media last night. This was right after the news broke about the Austin reversal. You said, good. Anything less than pursuit of the death penalty is unacceptable. Thanks to everyone who spoke out to demand real justice, not a sweetheart deal for terrorists. Now, let's set the trial date. How outraged were you, first off, that they actually were talking about doing a plea deal, that was in the works?
Well, as somebody who represents Staten Island and Brooklyn and New York City, home to firefighters, to police officers and first responders, and so many, sadly, victims, family members, it was completely outrageous and unacceptable that this administration would enter into a plea deal that would allow these monster terrorists to avoid the death penalty. And my colleagues here in New York and so many of the families spoke out against this, and we're glad that there has now been a reversal in this ridiculous decision to do the plea deal. However, we still want justice. It's been 23 years. We need to have this trial date set, and we should be pursuing nothing less than the death penalty. And I'll be joined by some family members and first responders on Monday to call for just that, because anything less than the death penalty is unacceptable, and we need this administration to hear that loud and clear.
Why do you think anybody would have even accepted this deal? I'll tell you, I was stunned when I saw that it actually was going through at first. Who in their right mind would say, let's cut a deal with the mastermind? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was one of the helpers with the financing. He met with bin Laden in 1996. He also was essentially the travel agent, if you will, for many of the hijackers. This guy was integrally involved. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And yet they were about to spare his life. That's incredible.
It's absolutely outrageous, and certainly not what Americans deserve, and these families that have suffered for the last 2 decades seeking justice. And I don't know what the story is on why they even pursued this, but there needs to be transparency. I'm happy to see that my colleague James Comer of the Oversight Committee has sent a letter requesting all the communication regarding these 3 terrorists, because the American people need to know what exactly transpired here. But the other thing is, look how shocking it is that today we learned that Kamala Harris has appointed her brother-in-law, who actually defended a convicted terrorist, an enemy combatant caught by American military. Now that's going to be her top advisor. Give me a break. So this is, really shocking. But the most shocking of all of it, quite frankly, is the fact that in many ways, this administration and the Democrats have forgotten the atrocities of 9/11, because they have a wide open border. They're allowing individuals to flow in freely, millions of them. We've already caught hundreds of terrorists in our interior. And some of them were actually caught by Border Patrol, and they were released into our interior at the direction of this administration. Thankfully, they later on found out that they were terrorists and they should go find them. But who knows who is in this country currently under the millions of gotaways who have evaded our government because of Joe Biden's open borders. And so we need to be serious about our national security, about securing our border, particularly when our ally Israel is at war, particularly after the botched Afghanistan withdrawal, where thousands of ISIS-K and al-Qaeda fighters were released from Bagram Air Base. We need to be serious, and this administration is not serious about national security.